and gentlemen, 2 days from now, India will mark the 79th anniversary of the moment when it earned its freedom through blood, valor and sacrifice. This is the time when you see the tricolor flying high with Ghar Ghar Tiranga campaign in full swing. And this year, there is a new wind in our sails, powered by Operation Sindoor victory. The imprint of this victory is also visible on this year's official invitation card for Independence Day ceremony at the Red Fort. The invite carries a logo of India's military action against Pakistan, a symbol that now underscores the dedication of our defense personnel towards safeguarding their country, our motherland. However, a tiny speck of vermilion is making the opposition see a lot of red. In a mark of respect, they spot a marketing exercise.
हाँ, तो ये तो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी की हमेशा ये कोशिश रहती है कि जितना भी ऑपरेशन होता है, जितनी भी आर्मी के द्वारा जो भी कार्रवाई की जाती है, जो पाकिस्तान के साथ, चीन के साथ जो भी घटना घटती है, उसको कैसे उसका राजनीतिक लाभ उठाया जाए।
15 अगस्त 1947 को एक नया नक्शा बना था, एक नया नक्शा आज बन सकता था। तो जो फौजों का मोराल है, एनडीए ने, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने उसको तोड़ने का काम किया।
If a tiny emblem can generate so much outrage, imagine what a 30-second long teaser that features superstar, legend Amitabh Bachchan can do. On 15th of August, on the hot seat in the game show, Kaun Banega Crorepati will be the officers who have come to be known as the faces of Operation Sindoor. Colonel Sophia Qureshi and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh. Joining them is Commander Prerna Diosthali from the Indian Navy, who last year became the first ever woman officer to be handed over the command of a warship in the Indian Navy. Watch the promo and then we will tell you about the political script that now follows. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you see in those visuals in that promo? All I can see is decorated officers beaming with pride, recounting key moments from the assault on Pakistan's terror camps and defense infrastructure. All I can hear are chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and a sense of pride in our hearts, a smile on our lips comes when we see those visuals. But for the opposition parties, it is an episode full of stunts, PR stunts. In soldiers, they see political tools on display of patriotism. A spectacle for them, it is all about Prime Minister Narendra Modi and marketing and publicity for him, the political leader of our country.
कर्नल सोफिया, विंग कमांडर व्योमिका, उन्होंने देश और विश्व को बहादुर आर्मी एयरफोर्स की कहानी वो सुना चुकी है। कहानी सुनाने का वक्त देश के प्रधानमंत्री का था जब संसद चल रही थी। आप सेना के नाम पे वोट मांगते हो, राजनीति करते हो।
It's only about money for the channel and for BCCI. Yes, so they're milking the emotions of India.
ये तो सेना का उपलब्धि है और सेना का सियासत में और इसका राजनीतिकरण करना ये हम उचित नहीं समझते हैं।
ये सिर्फ ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का ये मार्केटिंग करने की थी और कुछ नहीं। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ये नाम भी इसीलिए दिया गया था कि भाई मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, यानी ये जो कर रहा हूँ ये प्राइम मिनिस्टर कर रहा है।
Interestingly, this is the same opposition that kept silent when for 5 years under the UPA government, Kargil Vijay Divas was not publicly celebrated. Why? Because according to the Congress, the party that led the ruling coalition at the time of the Kargil war was BJP. And Kargil was BJP's war. And therefore, only NDA should celebrate it. No, I'm not paraphrasing. I'm quoting senior Congress leader Rashid Alvi verbatim. In fact, he even went on to say that there was nothing to be proud of during the Kargil war. It was only after widespread embarrassment in 2009 owing to a notice given by Rajiv Chandrasekhar in the Rajya Sabha that the then Defence Minister A.K. Antony had assured the commemoration would be done going forward. So is it not the Congress party that conflated forces and politics? Is it not the Congress party who for long considered Kargil war as BJP's victory rather than that of the nation and its armed forces? And therefore, is it not the Congress party who politicizes valor but points fingers at the BJP?
These India Alliance partners, especially Congress party, will be against anything which is related to nationalism. Any program or any other event which can build up to nationalism, they are against that. So what do you expect from these parties? They will always oppose anything which is related to army and which is related to nationalism.
देखिएगा केबीसी एक प्राइवेट चैनल्स है, वो किसी को भी बुलाएं, कोई भी वहां पर जाए, और ड्रेस पहनना उनका अपना अधिकार है, ड्रेस पहनने में कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है, वो गौरव है उनका। किस प्रकार से उन्होंने सिंदूर ऑपरेशन को ऑपरेट किया है, पाकिस्तान चाइना के प्रवक्ता के रूप में ये काम करते हैं।
So what really is the problem with officers in uniform attending a TV show? Is it not the first time that the soldiers in uniform would make an appearance on the small screen? From KBC to Indian Idol to the Kapil Sharma show, there are several instances of this happening in the past. Is it against the rules? Doesn't this seem like anything that breaks rules, because this has happened before? And because as long as they have a go-ahead from their own bosses through the process of the army, the soldiers can participate in non-official activities in uniform. They've done so on so many shows on our channels as well. So is the opposition cynicism all about what Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh said 4 days ago, that we may convince the world, but it is difficult to convince our own?
And in Balakot, we could not get anything from inside, and it became a big issue, trying to tell our own people, unfortunately our own people.
And that brings me to the Motorola legitimate question on the Newshour tonight. Has the opposition's outrage exposed their duplicity on Desh Bhakti? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 1, on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Suhail Seth, marketing guru, columnist. Also joining us tonight, Dr. Piyush Joshi, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst. But my first question goes to Tehseen Poonawala, Congress supporter. And Tehseen Poonawala, I want to ask you, what is this ailment really called, when the Congress party actually has a problem with anything that the Modi Sarkar does or the armed forces do? In this case, they have a problem with the uniform. Well, I can show you the uniforms. These are shows of KBC in 2021 when our braves were very much in their uniforms on this show. Let me also show you this brave daughter of India who was on the show in 2022. There are several pictures of the Kapil Sharma show where the entire battalion of CRPF went. It's not the first show that they've gone to. Has the Congress forgotten the past? Have they suddenly realized that they must find something to object to? Is it Amitabh Bachchan that makes the Congress nervous? What is it? What is this ailment? If you can tell us, explain to us, we can get the right doctor for you.
Thank you, Navika ji. Thank you for having me on the show. Nobody has any problem with our armed forces, as you put it. In fact, if anyone had a problem with one of those people on the show, Colonel Sofia Qureshi, one of our heroes, it is the BJP minister who so far has not been sacked. Let me tell the viewers of Times Now what he said. He said she is the sister of terrorists. Colonel Sofia Qureshi is right now on our screens, and a shameless political party did not even shame them, and they are preaching nationalism to us. Number one. Point number two, ma'am. It is all very well for the earlier pictures that you show, they were not discussing Operation Sindoor as that was discussed on KBC. And there's no problem if they want to discuss it on KBC, which by the way is in the same group, and KBC is on the same channel whose group is having the India-Pakistan match. Now, ma'am, I hope I'm not interrupted. My Prime Minister, my Defence Minister and my Home Minister in Parliament said that Operation Sindoor is paused. If Operation Sindoor is paused, why is this group that has these brave ladies hosting the India-Pakistan Asia Cup? Why do you have the India-Pakistan match? Please tell me, why through sources the government tell me why is the match not being cancelled? And just to tell your viewers, I'll be sitting outside the Honorable Home Minister's house on a hungry if this match goes on. To the next point, you want to know the other statement that BJP leaders have spoken while Operation Sindoor, which apparently right now is paused, not over, have said, they said, Bharat ki sena natmastak hoti hai Modi ji ke पैरों par. This was said by the Deputy Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, still not being sacked. So ma'am, it is all right to say that the Congress is anti-national, but the Congress is saying whatever about Operation Sindoor needs to be discussed, please do it wherever you want. But the Parliament, which is the forum where it should be discussed, there we are told it is paused. Then the channel that is having an India-Pakistan match is called the War Heroes, and you're discussing Operation Sindoor. I also want to point out
No. Tehseen Poonawala, pause. Sure, you can't go at the speed of 200 kilometers per hour. Just hold your breath for a bit and let me ask you. Who was counting, Gaurav Bhatia, the number of times ceasefire has been mentioned? Trump ne keh diya, ceasefire. Last count was the Congress party who puts out these tweets and maintains an Excel sheet on how many times Trump has said what. Now today you are saying it's a pause, not a ceasefire. तो इतने दिन से भाई इतने दिन से ये सवाल क्यों पूछ रहे थे? And let me ask you, Gaurav Bhatia, when Pandit Nehru was sitting in the audience and Lata Mangeshkar was singing, "ए मेरे वतन के लोगों जरा आंख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी", तो उस वक्त नेहरू जी रोए थे. तो वो क्या नेहरू जी की मार्केटिंग थी? Was Nehruji being marketed on that occasion, that suddenly the Congress thinks these braves from our armed forces going on KBC is all about marketing?
Was Lataji in uniform?
Now, may I respond? My friend Tehseen was going at a speed of 200 kilometers per hour, but without substance. So, one by one, I counter each charge before showing him the mirror. First, milking the valor of Indian Army and the armed forces. Here in my hand, Navika, I have the manifesto of the Congress Party of the 2019 general elections. And I will only read one line to the viewers. It said, "We will do it again," inspired by the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. The Congress government led India to victory in the 1965 war with Pakistan. In 1971, we decisively defeated Pakistan and liberated Bangladesh. Where is the mention of Indian armed forces? The valor of General Manekshaw? No mention. Milking the valor of the Indian army. Then second, they have a problem with the Indian army. Army chief was called Sadak Ka Gunda. Balakot airstrike, strike proof though. But Operation Sindoor, they have a problem with the name. Why was it named Operation Sindoor? Because our sisters lost their husbands. And in India, the rich tradition goes of wearing Sindoor. That is why. But these people who are anti-Hindu, anti-army, anti-Modi ji, anti-Bharat will not understand that. Second, they have a problem with the Prime Minister itself. Since the beginning of, Operation Sindoor, look at this picture, tweeted from the official handle of the Congress Party. Pradhan ji ka sar tan se juda kar diya. So much of love for the country. Jis country ke Pradhan Mantri ke sar tan se juda karoge, to country ka kya hoga? Bataiye, later it was deleted. Surrender Modi. I am not talking about any other leader. The most irresponsible fake Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, called Narendra Modi ji Surrender Modi. Have you taken any action against it? Navika, next, look at this picture. Rafael, the backbone of the Indian Air Force. And Ajay Rai is mocking the Rafale planes. They couldn't get it for 10 years, but we got it, and they are even envious of that, and they're making these allegations. And Ajay Rai became a hero in Pakistan. I have that picture too. So all that I want to say today is, please understand, the country is celebrating. Operation Sindoor is a symbol of our pride, and therefore, during the Independence Day, the invite that has gone out has Operation Sindoor mentioned in that. You have a problem with it? So be it. You can celebrate Pakistan.
What are you worried about, Tehseen Poonawalla? What is it that worries you so much? I really don't get it. Pehle you want saboot of every action that the armed forces take. Now you have a problem if the stories of valor are, going out to the young children, the young population of this country. And if they hear these people, maybe a few of them will be enthused to join the armed forces. Why does the Congress have a problem with everything?
Let me break this down, Navika, very simply. If young people get impressed watching KBC, nobody has a problem. If Parliament has to be shut down and the Prime Minister, Home Minister, Defence Minister won't tell us in Parliament what is going wrong, then sure, we can have an institution that's run by Sony Television where KBC and India-Pakistan matches are up. Number two, if Operation Sindoor is paused, if I am agreeing to it, why is Gaurav Bhatia not saying why is there an India-Pakistan match? If you put Operation Sindoor on the Independence Day card. By the way, our independence is not due to Operation Sindoor. It is due to the freedom fighting. You could do that on Republic Day.
So now comes the problem. Because of the Congress's war for freedom, we cannot use Operation Sindoor. Now, Suhail said that's a new objection. That's a new objection, Suhail said. अब ये इनका copyright है. Every Independence Day we have to only sing about the Congress Party and the freedom struggle. Isn't that what Tehseen is saying?
That's what we are celebrating 15th August.
I don't know what Tehseen is saying, and I'm not endorsing Tehseen or anyone on the panel. I don't care for the Congress and the BJP or the Aam Aadmi Party or Vivek's party. I personally find it truly objectionable. And let me explain why. Do I respect the armed forces? The answer is yes. Do I love what the armed forces have done for my country and will continue to do it? The answer is yes. Navika, optics is what drives perception. To put these three brave hearts in front of a quizmaster, whoever it may be, it could be Mr. Bachchan, it could be Vivek Srivastava, on a commercial television program in full uniform is despicable. It is bad marketing, it is bad optics, it shouldn't be done. This is my feeling. And you know me, Navika, I say it straight. Number two, I believe, and I said this on your program on day one, that Operation Sindoor was brilliant, both in terms of nomenclature and in terms of appeal. I would not put Operation Sindoor on an Independence Day invite, but I'm no one. Since you asked me for my opinion, I'll give you the opinion based on logic. Operation Sindoor is an ongoing operation. It is not an operation that is over or that has ceased. Therefore, to get three of our bravehearts who addressed the press brilliantly during the tendency of the first part of Operation Sindoor, to put them on a program called KBC, it smacks of irony. Because these people have given their lives and the armed forces, they have sacrificed everything. They represent valor. They don't represent money. They represent commitment. They don't represent the ability to answer some silly questions. Number two, Navika, I've never been invited to the Independence Day. 1 minute, Gaurav, I have not interrupted anyone. I have never been invited to the Independence Day celebrations and never will. But for me to see Operation Sindoor on an invitation card, which is in the name of the President of India or the Prime Minister of India, I would not put it there. Now, you might say that, who the hell are you? Fair enough. The Minister of Defence represents the Ministry of Defence, which then is the apex ministry for the armed forces. I'm telling you, Navika, this is not the right thing to have done.
All right.
All right. My horse, I've given you the logic. No, that is the other problem you've had. Please make sure never to show this, because two wrongs don't make a right. Because people were stupid.
You may think so. Suhail said that this is a wrong. I personally don't think so. It's a wrong. And I'm wondering why you waited. Why have you waited 5 years before you've objected? Just because I'm doing a debate? You are pretty voracious writer on your social media. एक बार नहीं लिखा आपने. आज debate पे आपको बड़ा दर्द हो रहा है. Well, Gaurav Bhatia, Suhail Seth को दर्द क्यों हो रहा है?
Since you made an allegation, let me answer it. A, I don't watch KBC, so I haven't seen that earlier program from which you've taken a screenshot. B, I don't watch Sony Live or Live or whatever it's pronounced as. And frankly, Navika, is this what you're coming to? I'm expressing an opinion based on my thoughts. You may totally disagree with my thoughts, but my thoughts are not out of the air. I'm saying I wouldn't do it because it makes it look facetious to my mind.
Okay, all right. But I also reserve the right to respond to whatever your thoughts are absolutely freely, even though on most issues we may agree. But Gaurav Bhatia, objections coming from Suhail, please respond.
Yeah. So, first of all, Suhail, that's the beauty of our democracy. And you are a citizen of India. You have the right to express yourself. And as Evelyn the actress said, I may not agree with you, Suhail, but I will give my life for the right that you have to disagree with me. And following that, I just want to say two things. There's a counter point of view. First, you said dressed in full uniform. Do you know, just seeing these three women dressed in full uniform, they epitomize the valor, the strength of the gender and the armed forces. And this will inspire maybe thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of our girls to emulate their feat. So I think it is very inspiring. This is a citizen talking to another citizen. Second, let me make my second point. You said Operation Sindoor being mentioned on the invitation card. The President of India is the Supreme Commander. It's an ongoing operation. But the message has to go out loud. It is one of those programs which every citizen participates in, even sitting in the drawing room. And we feel proud of our country and the freedom that we have earned. And Operation Sindoor has definitely contributed to that freedom. It is a step in the right direction to eliminate terrorism. And that is why I think it symbolizes unity and strength of India.
Well, let me...
No, I must respond. I know a thing or two. I may not be as sharp as most of you on marketing and branding, but I know a thing or two about branding and marketing. So let me start with this. The full uniform, Gaurav, is not the issue. The issue is the platform. If those three brave hearts had done a program, or there was an evocative program, even with Navika Kumar, who does, frankly speaking, with many luminaries, that would have helped. Sometimes, let me tell you, no, I'm not blowing smoke. The point I'm making, Gaurav, is the platform determines the seriousness and the importance that you give to that program. And please, don't get me wrong. I'm not objecting to Operation Sindoor. I'm objecting to such a grave situation being put on an invitation card where normally, hear me out, I didn't interrupt, where if the government were involved, it would have been a sponsor. Yeah, you let me finish. Huh? I know a thing or two about marketing, you know a thing or two about law. I'm just saying this government is smart enough to have realized, to have realized that the optics of this will not be seen right. To hell with what Congress says or BJP says or Samajwadi Party says, they are irrelevant in this game. The issue here is, do you really want a commercial program like Kaun Banega Crorepati to headline the valor of such brave hearts, or are there other options? My answer is there are other options. Okay. That's it.
One line response.
We can argue on this till the cows come home.
One line response. One line response to my friend Navika.
I give up. You guys anchor, you guys debate. Yes. Okay.
No, Navika, not without your permission. This is your program. You are the anchor. 10 seconds. And I'm sure it will make Suhail also smile. Suhail bhai, I will only say this. the purity of the uniform that you are talking about, point is well noted. गंगा जल है, चाहे गंगोत्री में हो, चाहे संगम में हो, कहीं भी हो. And that is the respect for the uniform. The platform doesn't matter because it is overshadowed by the purity and the dedication of the uniform.
Well, let me come in on this because Suhail Seth also took my name and finally I get to have my say. Suhail said, flattery will get you everywhere, and you did mention Navika Kumar. Navika Kumar show, you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the acknowledgement that comes from an erudite person like you. But the fact of the matter is, Amitabh Bachchan is a living legend. Does the platform matter to you or does the message matter to you? I completely think today you are.
What are you saying?
Well, according to me, it's happened on those shows earlier. It's happening this year. This hoo-la-la about this whole thing is totally uncalled for. But let me get in Vivek Srivastava. Vivek Srivastava, you've got one extra person on your side, Suhail Seth, and a lefty, Vivek Srivastava. The twain shall never meet, हमने सोचा था, पर आज मिलाप हो गया है. The right wing meets the left wing, and you know, we are seeing new things happen. But I want to ask you, would you rather have people in uniforms talking about armed forces and the and the conflict that happened, or would you rather have politicians talk about it? The fact that Vyomika Singh, the fact that Colonel Sophia Qureshi, the fact that Commander Prerna talking about it, to me is a matter of pride. Why should you take it otherwise?
Okay. Yes, I'll start.
Suhail,
first of all,
for the next 30 seconds, please take a chill pill.
Suhail, billion thanks to Suhail sir, जो stand इन्होंने stray dogs के लिए लिया है. Lakhs of stray dogs against the Supreme Court ruling is going viral. It's going viral, and animal rights activists across the world, not only India, सब इतने impressed हैं, इतना viral कर रहे हैं. Sir, a billion thanks to you. आप उनके लिए खड़े हुए जो बेजुबान जानवर हैं. Thank you so much, sir. और आगे बढ़ते हैं. What Suhail sir is trying to say, which I mean, my friend Gaurav Bhatia will understand. वीर रस की कविता को वही सुनाइए जहां वीर रस की कविता को सुनने वाले हो. हास्य कवि सम्मेलन के अंदर वीर रस की कविता नहीं कही जाती. इस बात को समझिए आप. The platform is wrong. वहां पैसा है, वहां क्विज है, वहां इनाम है, और वहां जाकर के एक खेल चल रहा है. And that is not a very serious thing to do. आप अलग एक प्रोग्राम करिए. हम चाहेंगे नाविका मैडम एक अलग प्रोग्राम करें, उसमें तीनों को बुलाएं, यूनिफॉर्म में बुलाइए, उनसे बात करिए, उनकी फैमिली के बारे में, उनकी फाइट के बारे में. Everybody will welcome it out. But that is not the platform for this, what you are trying to do. So it is again not about parties, as Suhail sir is saying. It is about the platform. I mean, you cannot send them to Kapil Sharma show and this show and that show and Hasya Kavi Sammelan in the uniform. It is going to bring down. I mean, there is going to be non-seriousness. If you want them to be the role models that everybody is talking about,
I still don't
then the
get
platform
it.
has to be the serious one also.
Is commerce in this country so bad, Anand Ranganathan? Business nahi hona chahiye. People should not have any commercial businesses. Should people, you know, who run these commercial businesses, when it comes to nationalism, patriotism, should they actually kill themselves? Should they not have the right to exist? Number one. Number two, I also want to ask you, Anand Ranganathan, are any of these people, now we are going to question the patriotism of Amitabh Bachchan because he's on a platform that is commercial. I'm just not getting the logic of this. Either I've gone mad or something is the problem with the argument that is coming in. Anand.
No, Navika, good evening. You haven't suddenly gone mad. No, I just wanted to, just tell you that over the last, why is Suhail laughing? That was on a lighter note. Look, over the last half an hour, all what I have...
Are you saying on a lighter note that I've not gone mad? Or is that a serious statement?
I said you haven't suddenly gone mad. No, honestly, that was a joke. Look, I have 3 points to make, very quickly. 3 points. Over the last half an hour, all what I have heard is hypocrisy upon hypocrisy upon hypocrisy. Now, I will come to the KBC issue, trust me. But I want to ask my good friend Tehseen a question, who says he will go on hunger strike if
Yes.
BCCI and India plays Pakistan, I want to ask Tehseen a very simple question. Tehseen, Pakistan is a terror state. It has perpetrated untold terror on us, 26/11, Balakot, Parliament strike, what have you. Were you in support of India playing the Olympics and competing against Pakistan last year in France? Should India have boycotted Olympics because Pakistan was playing? Yes or no?
No, no.
India should not have boycotted Olympics because Pakistan was playing?
I'll explain to you why.
No, no explanation is required. Please
no,
let me
it shouldn't. It cannot. It cannot.
Please let me finish.
Because India is not an Olympic superpower. It is an Asian cricket superpower. So show these dogs their place.
So here
and these
comes-
dogs are
no,
India in the
no,
middle
no,
of
what's the
Operation Sindoor.
argument?
This
Now,
is
please.
Pakistan.
No.
They are in the middle of
Please,
Operation
now allow
Sindoor. This
me.
is a filthy
Now,
country.
please allow me.
It's a,
Please
the
allow
country
me.
is filled and we are in the middle of
Navika,
Operation
this is
Sindoor.
very wrong. Now, please allow me. Please tell
Are
me.
we not in the middle of Operation Sindoor?
Please have. Please.
You gave him an inch. He's taken the entire territory.
Operation
I know,
Sindoor.
I
We will
know.
smash
Yes, and that's what Tehseen Poonawalla and the Congress party actually are all about. Please respond.
आसान था पकड़ना, कितना आसान था पकड़ना.
क्या
ये
पकड़ा?
लोग first, they don't go by first principles. They are saying we apply different yardsticks to different tournaments. India is an Asian superpower, so it should not play Pakistan. But India is not an Olympic superpower, so it should play Pakistan. ये इनकी
Operation Sindoor.
Stop interrupting. You have been exposed ruthlessly tonight. So you should have gone on hunger strike last year during the Paris Olympics. But you were eating your stomach off during the Olympics, even in Paris. You were in Paris eating.
Brother,
gorging on food. Now you want to go. Now let me come to KBC. Now please, Navika, please. I have only 30 seconds left.
Operation Sindoor is on now.
Tehseen Poonawalla, I'll have to put your fader down because you are hijacking the entire... Yeah, allow him to complete, Tehseen.
Give me 1 second.
I was waiting for half an hour.
Operation Sindoor is on now. That's why. If it was off...
He's responding to you, Tehseen Poonawalla. Nobody is hard of hearing here.
Yeah.
Anand.
So you had Neeraj Chopra competing directly with the Pakistani in Olympics, and that was fine by Tehseen, even though Pakistan was a terror state. But out here in an international tournament, India should not play Pakistan because we are an Asian superpower. We are not an Olympic superpower. Look at the first principle, mauling of first principles. Now let me come to, it is ironical that Vivek Srivastava of all people is applauding my dear friend Sohail stand when his own tallest leader was demoted and sacked because he dared to set up blood donation camp during Indo-China war. He was demoted. Achutanandan, the late Achutanandan just passed away.
Chief Minister.
ये वो लोग now अब मैं हर जगह interrupt होता हूँ. This is very wrong. I waited for half an hour. Please. Now let me come to the directives. Now 8 seconds.
Lowering all other faders. Anand.
Yes, thank you. 2 down, 1 to go. No, I'm just joking. Sohail, I have nothing against Sohail because his stand, I respect his stand. I disagree with that stand. Because what signifies these 3 brave women? It is nothing else but their uniform. According to me, left to me, they are nothing without their uniforms and they admire that fact. Wherever they go, let them wear those uniforms. Wherever they go, whatever they do. Even if they go to a show that quote-unquote demeans whatever their, aura might be, their aura is never demeaned because their uniforms are never demeaned. Did you not see during COVID, you had KBC, which was, you can say, yes, respectable show, even though it makes money and makes people money, make people make money. The fact of the matter is there were doctors who went in their lab coats to the KBC to explain COVID situation. People are recognized by their uniform and the pride in the uniforms that they take. So I find absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, I find it inspirational that these 3 heroes of ours have gone anywhere they go and they're wearing the uniform with pride.
I want to get in Dr. Piyush Joshi. And Dr. Piyush Joshi, a simple question that I want to ask you. Who's making this political? Was it the Congress party which said Kargil was not our war, that was the BJP's war, and they didn't celebrate, didn't commemorate the Kargil victory for several years? Are they making it political, or is the BJP making it political by making or allowing these braves, these heroes to go and tell the stories of valor, valor and encouragement and inspiration that is just so important for actually the citizens of India. I know politicians don't get impressed. They are cynical lot. But this is not meant for the politicians. This is meant for the आम आदमी. और आप तो आम आदमी की पार्टी हैं. आपको नहीं लगता कि ये inspirational होगा?
Navika ji, Jai Hind ki Sena. You know, when the Operation Sindoor armed conflict was ongoing, the whole country stood behind our armed forces. Armed forces have shown the world what they can do in less than 3 days. And every single Indian is proud of that fact. We have our grievances with the government and with the Bharatiya Janata Party, whose initial plan of Ghar Ghar Sindoor actually backfired on them and said they had to postpone that particular program. And now they are organizing Sindoor Tiranga Yatra, There's a strange name, Sindoor Tiranga Yatra. Tiranga Yatra we have all been organizing and, taking processions under the banner of that name. But this is strange because they want to market and they want to brand it. But they just are not willing to tell the parliament why the ceasefire was announced in the manner it was announced. They are hiding behind the uniforms of our brave jawans, and these three women, participating on KBC or anywhere, we don't mind that. They have briefed the whole country about the proceedings of Operation Sindoor while it was ongoing, and now what they are doing is debriefing the whole country on what happened and what transpired during that particular or those 3 days. So that's fine with us. What's not fine with us is a failed government, is a failed prime minister, is a failed Ministry of External Affairs, and they when it comes to parliament, they don't participate, they don't sit in.
I don't know how you can make that statement. There was a 4-day debate in 2 houses of parliament. The prime minister responded in one, the home minister responded in both houses. Either facts don't matter or only politics matters. I don't know where this is going. You're factually incorrect.
That's second order. And it was anything but a debate. It was all rhetoric which the Prime Minister and the Home Minister put forward, and they had exactly the same statements made in the Parliament. So that is the problem. Having said that, Gaurav Bhatia ji ने बोला कि गंगाजल है, चाहे गंगोत्री में हो चाहे कलश में हो. तो गंगाजल है, चाहे गंगोत्री में हो चाहे कलश में हो चाहे प्रयाग में हो. पर गंगाजल को यदि प्रदूषित करने का किसी ने काम किया तो उसका नाम है विजय शाह. गंगाजल को यदि प्रदूषित करने का किसी ने काम किया तो उसका नाम है जगदीश देवड़ा.
Okay.
दोनों अभी मंत्रालय में हैं सर. तो
okay, all right. Important point. Gaurav Bhatia first. Suhail Seth, Anand Ranganathan coming to you. Hold your breath. Gaurav Bhatia.
So one by one, first of all, I didn't expect it from the AAP spokesperson, but he's lying by saying that Ghar Ghar Sindoor was a BJP program and later withdrawn. I challenge him on your show. Kindly show any press release by the BJP National Law State Unit saying that we will hold this program. So first lies caught, and be more careful in attributing things to the BJP without any proof and substance. Second, when we talk about cricket, let me just, for the sake of viewers, give some clarity. Congress government, after 26/11, they told Pakistan told India, and there was a bilateral series in December 2012 to January 2013. Bilateral series, Navika. But I can say it with a lot of pride that in the last 11 years, there has been no bilateral series. No bilateral series. And I say this with confidence. This is a fact for you, Tehseen. So start criticizing Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi for having no backbone and allowing Pakistan to tour India after the 26/11 attack. Second, I just also want to mention, what did the Air Chief Marshal say? They talk about Indian fighter jets being downed by Pakistan. The Air Chief Marshal made a very important remark. He said the kind of political will that was shown by Shri Narendra Modi ji contributed a lot in the success of Operation Sindoor because we were given a free hand. and Pakistan.
But you're not
had a major
responding.
loss.
You're not responding to what was said for Sophia Qureshi by your own Madhya Pradesh minister. Why are you running away from that question? Because that question will chase you wherever you go.
No, I'm not.
So answer that.
Deputy CM. Not at all. Not at all.
So answer that. Why no action?
I will answer. Yes.
Is Vijay Shah still a minister, sir?
I will answer that.
Navika,
I think the criminal case registered, one, is the strongest action that could have been taken. Second, the BJP, the tallest of leaders, reprimanded the minister and said that this is inappropriate. And I think that makes it very clear.
The criminal case was registered after being directed by the court, Gaurav Bhatia, and that doesn't paint you in very bright colors. I'm completely out of time, but because I promised 30 seconds to you, Anand, before I get to Suhail Seth.
No, thank you. First of all, I'm shocked to see your left hand. I see the bandage there. I hope you have very quick recovery. I hope the animal who bit you is safe. No, Navika, a couple of points. You see why it is so important to give the right analogy. I gave the analogy of doctors during COVID coming on KBC wearing lab coats. And that had an effect because Dr. Piyush Joshi also wore lab coat. He's a COVID warrior. So you wear a uniform that you take pride in and you go and explain the situation, your craft and whatever you do. That is why you're a hero. That is why Dr. Piyush Joshi accepted. There is nothing wrong in these three heroes wearing uniforms and going to KBC. I want to thank Dr. Piyush Joshi. You and those three ladies are warriors for us, Dr. Joshi.
Absolutely. Suhail Seth.
India doesn't need a KBC or any television program to love, respect, revere and honor their brave hearts. I rest my case.
Well, in which case, Suhail Seth, stop marketing anything because nothing needs marketing.
That is the tragedy.
No,
if you think the armed forces need to be marketed,
people will feel hungry. They will buy whatever food they have to, whatever brand they have to. People want to watch the news. They will just automatically watch Times Now and the News Hour. You know, now Suhail Seth. Now this is a slugfest we will have off screen, but tonight you're not making any sense to me. I absolutely respect your views, but suddenly something's off. What is the problem? I'll have to check as a friend after the show. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining the debate number one. And before I move out, I also want to tell you what people of India think. And on the survey we say, is this Operation Sindoor on TV show objectionable? Yes, say 38%, no, say 56%, can't say 6%. Majority say they have no objection. Well, the minority here, I don't know where they want to take their views. But it's a democracy. Sabke apne apne fande hain. We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists on debate number one.